Hello, Albany Area Huskies. I'm Mark Rademski, Superintendent of Albany Area Schools, and today we're talking with Avon Elementary School Principal Laura Relke. We're talking about the start of the school year and our school calendar. Laura, welcome to Husky Voices.
Thank you.
Well, I know that you have a lot to do with our school calendar every year. Each and every year we have to create a new school calendar. How do we go about it here in Albany?
So every school district in the state is required to have a comprehensive achievement and civic readiness committee. It used to be called the world's best workforce. And so that committee helps create the calendar. And so we meet usually in November of the school year, and we look at some options about what the calendar could look like, come with a suggestion. We bring that back to our building leadership teams, and then bring it back to the committee after they give some feedback. That committee is made up of school staff members. It's made up of community members. And so we get a lot of voices at the table. And then after we review it again, our staff looks it over, provides any feedback or have any questions that they have, and then it goes to our school board for approval.
Okay, so there's a lot of time and effort put into
Correct.
this, moving the ideas back and forth. And we can't just pull ideas out of the air. There's certain things we have to live by in our public school systems, right?
Correct. The state has some requirements for calendars for schools every year. There's a minimum of 165 school days that are required every school year. And along with that, there's a minimum number of hours at certain levels. So in our kindergarten, when we have all-day kindergarten, they need to have at least 850 hours of instruction time. First through sixth grade needs to have at least 935 hours of instruction time. And 7th through 12th grade is required to have at least 1,020 hours of instruction time. And then on top of that, we can have up to 5 e-learning days that we have in the case of inclement weather. So.
Good. Now, this year, we're starting earlier than we do a lot of years. Tell me about that.
Right. So Labor Day is the latest it can be this year. And so legislation was put into place. Typically, schools are required to start after Labor Day, with a few exceptions. But this year they said, with it being so late, we will let schools decide if they want to start before Labor Day. When we went to the committee, they overwhelmingly said, yes, we want to start before Labor Day so that we can get out in May still. That's been a big thing that people have liked, not going too far into June. So that's this year, and actually next year schools are allowed to do the same thing.
Yeah, and when you get going too far into June after Memorial Day, the time is not nearly as productive. It seems like kids are ready to go. We've got the sports are already going. There are all kinds of things going. And so I think kids are ready to go. I know staff is ready to go too when we get this time of year.
Correct. They're ready to be back.
Tell us about our start dates this year for our different schools, when we're going to have kids coming in and so forth. We already have our teachers in today.
Yes.
What about when are the kids coming in?
So at our elementary buildings and our early learning center, on August 31st, we will have entrance conferences from 11 to 7. And then on September 1st, we'll have entrance conferences from 8 to 12:30. And so parents should have received an email from their building principal to sign up for those. And then at our middle and high school, on August 31st, there will be an open house from 11 to 7. And then they will have their first day of school on Tuesday, September 1st, with an early dismissal.
Okay.
And then going forward the rest of that week, we will have all students in the building September 2nd and September 3rd for the full day, K-12.
So we'll have first day of school for the secondary school will be September 1st, and that's an early dismissal. And then our elementary buildings and our kindergartners will start on the 2nd, and that'll be a full day.
Correct. So it'll be the
And
second
then
and
we've
third.
got that Labor Day weekend coming. What happens around that? We have some days off, I believe, right?
Correct. We wanted to have a nice long Labor Day weekend, and so we do not have school on Friday, September 4th, and we do not have school on Monday, September 7th, which is Labor Day, and students will come back on Tuesday, September 8th, and that's also when our preschool will start for the year.
Good, good. Is there anything else we haven't talked about? I think there's some things that maybe changed a little bit from previous years to this year.
Right, so our elementary parents may notice conferences, our fall conferences. For the past few years, we've had them in November. This year we decided to move them back to October. We did that a number of years ago, and we made some shifts when we changed from trimesters to quarters. But one of the big things is getting information to parents about their students' fall FastBridge testing. That gives us a lot of good information to start the year. We want to get that information to parents sooner rather than later. And so elementary conferences will be held right before MEA break this year.
Good, good. Well, Laura, thanks for being with us today and sharing this information. And thank all of you for joining us today with Husky Voices.